Hello, and welcome to The Table Is Yours, a role-playing adventure show where a bunch of friends usually sit around a table, but currently are all through video call, unless you count Vic and Andrew.
I count Vic and Andrew.
I mean, I count them as people, but I am your DM, your GM, your best friend, Con Riley. My pronouns are they, them. You can follow me anywhere at Kryles. And for today's fun fact, I'm wearing green. That's my fun fact. I'm wearing green and white.
So fun.
White and green.
Wow.
It's minty fresh up in y'all. So let's go around and talk to our fresh friends, starting with Vic Schmidt.
Hi, I'm Vic. I play Resident Rat Boy Terrence Astanis, but will he be a Resident Rat Boy for much longer? Yes. My pronouns are they, them, and I am wearing black and white. Like a funky little geometric moment. I don't know. My eyeshadow's purple.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I play Wash. Our pronouns are he, him. Not much else going on, so I'm wearing clothing.
Hey everybody, I'm Heather Lore. I play Shay Ervos. Pronouns are she, they. You can find me on Instagram at Land of Lore. And I am also wearing green, and then I have a little color pop there with a little black flowery boobs. Yes.
Did that.
You want that? There you go. You can have that side. There we go.
There we go. All right. Rip to the podcast, listeners. Hi. I'm Sydney. I play Codex Saori, Wild Magic Sorcerer, Rune Knight Fighter. She's becoming more intelligent, but not statistically.
Right.
There's not much else to say. Our pronouns are she, her. I can't do magic. I am wearing clothes. I'm actually wearing a new shirt. It has women's faces on it.
Yay! Yes.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I play Isabella Ballador, Tiefling Paladin Bard. She and I both use she, her pronouns, and I'm wearing black.
Hi, I'm Jake. I'm in a different place now. Ooh. I play Finley. Our pronouns are he, him, but he now has one more intelligent point than I do. His intelligence went up. Woo!
Oh,
so,
does that mean I'm the lowest intelligence now?
Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck.
Yeah. I'm wearing plaid.
But with that, of course, you can follow us anywhere at TTIYDND on all socials. That's on Twitter/X, because now people are really calling it X. Instagram, YouTube, Patreon. Support our Patreon. We have some cool stuff there for you. And if you support the show, you're cool in my heart. But with that, let's get into the recap of what happened on the last episode of The Table Is Yours.
What story shall be sung today? One can never know how the melody might sound. Our adventurers have already begun to pluck the strings of their story, and their combined composition is unfolding like a road before us.
We wanted to rush in and kill Serafima, but seeing how we are in tiny goblin bodies, that would be a little tough. Luckily, Helluwana, Fiara, Casimir, and Darian knew that and went in first to attack, leaving a wall of flame that shielded us from Serafima and her entourage. Serafima transformed into a blood dragon that trapped Connie and the diamonds within, and her entourage turned into blood elementals. After a bit of intense fighting behind the wall of flame, Helluwana screamed Casimir's name, and the blood dragon's head reared down to attack Fiara. The wall of flame dispersed as we saw Helluwana jumping off the cliffside after Casimir and Darian, as well as the blood dragon lift its head from where Fiara stood, revealing Fiara's headless corpse. Yeah, looked pretty fucking bad, but we had to try to stop Serafima, so we rushed and used the dark mirror we got from Phazes to get our bodies back. After we all finally switched back, Dragon Serafima flew into a rage and exhaled a wave of blood, killing Issa. Suddenly, Shay heard the Four Variant say, "A wish has been made," bringing Issa and Fiara back to life, as well as our friends and families Serafima killed earlier. After that, taking down her entourage was easy, but Serafima was tough. Codex tried polymorphing to protect us as a massive crocodile, but Dragon Serafima smacked her down on top of us, nearly crushing Finley, who got saved the last second by Codex's wild magic. We were fighting angry, and with Connie trying to help from inside the dragon, we finally knocked Serafima down, but just before Codex could deliver the death blow, Serafima left a mortal wound on Connie. The polished wall began to collapse, and we scrambled to grab Connie, the diamond, and Serafima's gauntlet, got everyone together, and rushed out just in time. Connie stopped us right outside. She knew she wouldn't survive the wound Serafima gave her. She told us to bring Ezra back and to let her go. We weren't too happy about this, but Connie told us she was tired of hurting people. She said stopping Serafima was enough and asked us to respect her last wish. Finley took the diamond and said he'd do it. We gave our goodbyes, and Finley performed a ritual to send her off. Then she was gone.
All right, so
I also have a fun little flavor thing for you, Con, because now I have tokens of the departed if you want to do something with that with Connie.
when part of that like flame essence went into V2, probably some of it went into like one of the gems that Hellewana gave you. You'll see it's now like bursting with like this little flicker of a flame inside of it. It's not like the other ones that are just clear. Like you can tell it's like it has that essence in it.
Very cool. Awesome.
So
I think she's just like, guy?
Yeah. You'll hear like a lot of noise in the background. You're like, sorry, and like he's trying to find somewhere. You can hear like rustling as he's trying to get somewhere alone. A lot's going on, but are you okay?
Quick scan of the area. Yep, I'm good. What?
I don't know.
You're supposed to be dead.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'd say come over here now, but I think maybe wait till tomorrow. My moms are freaking out.
What? Are you at your house? You've been dead for 8 months. She's just like
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
What?
Come to the house in the morning, okay? And then she's kind of like
She's probably just sitting there like, did she just stay sitting there for a little bit? She doesn't know what to do.
I would say for everybody in general, the 11 people that are all there, they're all very confused. Like, probably, like, Estella will run up to you and Terrence will be like, what just happened? I remember going to a dinner, and it was a little weird and awkward, and now we're running out of that same place where I had the polish ball.
Yeah, Terrence passes out in her arms.
He's dying! If anybody goes to talk to anybody else at this moment, which I doubt you guys are because Connie just died, they'll have that same thing of like, yeah, I remember like going in and sitting down and the lady getting really weird and then I don't remember anything. Like, so they don't remember dying. They all look kind of dazed when you saw them sitting around the table anyway. But yeah, probably at the same time, you'll have Casimir, Fiara, and Hellewana kind of approach everybody and be like, let's get you back to the keep, probably says Fiora. We each know teleportation circle, so the three of us can get everybody back. So, everyone, and she like walks over to the 11 and just kind of corralling them as Casimir and Hellewana like go to you guys. Hellewana's gonna be like, yeah, so we need to get you guys back. And she looks like a bit more serious. Like she looks a little like, and then she kind of like gets really like furrowed brow and looks like she like is holding her ground, and she kind of like stands a little taller. She hunches over sometimes, but not like an old hag. Like just more of like she's like very like a quirky slouch over. You know, when you're quirky, a quirky.
I have
hag.
bad posture in a quirky way.
She will kind of like be like, okay, all of you get together there, and then Casimir, can you handle getting looks like Darian and some of them. 1, 2, 3 of them, and Farrah will get those 8, and then we'll have everybody back. So just get in your places, please. As she's like kind of like ushering you guys and kind of like, if you aren't moving already, gently escorting you to stand where you need to for the teleportation circles.
Does anyone take me from my mom, or am I going to my house?
You.
So Hellewana, Fiara, and Casimir don't know where your house is, so they
would just be going to my.
They're teleporting you all back to the Pillar Castle Keep. You kind of like watch as like Hellewana kind of guides Fiora and Casimir, and they all kind of cast these like green teleportation circles as you all get teleported into the courtyard. In that courtyard, there is a lot of rabble. There is a lot of noise. Because people are like, what is going on? At a point though, Dogma will probably run straight up to you, Codex, and be like, so you guys, that wasn't you. That was not you before.
She was honestly probably already like up with Dogma and her dads and just hugging them. It's just like not like saying like I'm so happy you're okay, just hugging them to make sure that they're there. But when Dogma starts talking like that, she just kind of like gives him this like, it's a look that he probably recognizes as like she is very much not processing right now. It's just like this kind of like glazed over look. She's absolutely been crying, so her eyeliner is running, and she's just like, okay.
With like that like glazed look, he's just gonna be like, Codex, can you hear me? He's probably like gonna grab the side of your face. He's not gonna shake you, but he's just gonna be like, hold it.
She just kind of reaches up and like puts her hand over his mouth. I can hear you.
Okay, great. Hey guys, can I get a
Dogma? Maybe not right now.
No, this is important because me and my sister are in a lot of trouble. So can we all gather around really quick? Those who were not at the presentation, this is a ticketed event. Please, if you could just go over that.
Dogma. She just like rubs her face and is just like, can this wait until tomorrow?
Nope, cannot wait till tomorrow.
Why?
He's like not actually looking at your like he's like not looking you in the eyes. Like he's like darting his eyes back and forth.
She just gives this like heavy sigh and kind of like looks back at everyone else like she doesn't know what to do. She's not in the mood to fight.
Yeah. Shaman Mod will probably like he'll look at Shaman Mod and Shaman Mod will be like they'll like nod and be like to the remaining family and friends will kind of be like, hey, let's go this way for a second as they shuffle them away, and Dogma will be like, okay, and he like kind of like twiddles his fingers, like thinking really quick. So you guys, I put it together pretty quickly. That was not you guys when we were in that place with that person and whatever and that lady. Put that together pretty quickly because it didn't make sense, and also you guys were really paying attention to my PowerPoint, so it didn't. He's kind of rambling for a second. And he's like, but anyway, is this all you guys now? Please, yes, please.
It is.
Okay, great. I don't know if Terrence can wake up, but if not, that's fine. I need to do a quick rundown really quickly of the PowerPoint you guys missed, because there is some bad things that are going on, and I'm afraid me and Codex are being hunted down and killed. Or, well, will be killed. If we get found by the people
hold on,
hunting.
what?
Yeah.
Is this new information?
Yeah. Kind of, and you look over to Yelena and Hal, who are like nodding their head. So, basically, quickest rundown. We can do a catch up, maybe after like 2 weeks of hiding or something, just so I know I'm safe. And Codex, of course, we're safe. We just have to be safe, okay? Okay, just hear me out.
Okay.
So, long story short, me, Yelena, and Hal, we all did a little bit of research and we did a lot of stuff and blah, blah, blah. And there was a lot of days and we wrote around books and we were in the library. It doesn't really matter. And we found out some things about the Hexaleap because that was what you asked me. And I found out some information about that. So, here's what I found out. Obviously, like magical creatures that are supposed to be gone, all that good stuff. But I found out that apparently there was a remaining Hexaleap last seen in this druid camp. I can't remember the name right now. I'm a little frazzled. A druid camp in the Grove. And there was a Hexaleap that was there or something. And it said something, fuck, what did it, he's like, I can't remember it. Like he's getting really frazzled. As Yelena just goes, it's okay. In one of the books, it said basically that these druids protected not only Yofit's creatures, but these things called the stone fruit of the Dawnwood. And hearing that, we kind of had to like go through some research, and we found a different book that had to do with religion in the Grove, and there was a quote that said, bloodied beasts, bloodied hands, outstretched, wished for powers from the stones. And something along the lines of, the roots will steal the light from the fruit. Something along the lines of that. It reminded us of something that had to do with the return of the Red Sun 50 years ago, the whole Rokon Shaban. And there was another manuscript that we found, that actually Hal found, because Hal knew of these druids from something, and kind of gestures to Shay and Hal. I don't really know. But what was found out was basically there were these things in the woods that were hunting these druids, but most specifically the stone fruit and the Hexaleap. And then it was when Hal let us know about what happened with you all in the Bindora Pass that we realized the stone fruits might be a mistranslation or misunderstanding of these diamonds. So what we've put together is the theory is that there's something hunting the diamonds, and there was a diamond held by these druids, as well as a Yofetian creature, which we assume is the Hexaleap, because it said that Hexaleap was last seen with those... I'm sorry, this is very confusing. And she also is getting flustered as Hal just steps in. Hal says, what we put together in this theory, druids in the Grove held the last Hexaleap somehow, and also a diamond. And something tried to hunt down and get the diamond and the Hexaleap, but killed the druids. So if you think that something's behind finding these diamonds, that means if what you said to Dogma was true, you're being hunted by this bloodied beast that went after the diamond there, and you. if that makes sense.
Oh, it does.
Why?
I don't know. That's why I maybe go to hiding for 2 weeks, see if the coast is clear out of the bunker shell, and then look into it more. And then me, Hal, and Yelena can do some adventuring and try to figure it out.
What? I thought you were going into hiding.
After the 2 weeks.
You're gonna go adventuring after you're being in hiding while we're being actively hunted by something?
If 2 weeks go by and we're not being cut at the throat, yes.
So you, someone who's never adventured, is going to start adventuring after finding out someone's trying to kill you. That's what you're saying.
Okay, well, when I say adventure, it's more loosely I'm going to do a lot of research, but it's an adventure out from my normal scope.
Where?
In the Grove.
Are you trying to go to the Grove and think you'll be safe in the Grove when there's something already hunting you?
I can protect them, says Al. He looks to you, Shay, and just says, listen, I you know what we both saw there, and I have gone back, and still in search of answers when it has to do with my father. But I know we can at least safely pass to get to the villages that you've shown me.
All right. Have you met anyone in these villages?
No. And Hal is I think she's asking me. Dogma? Oh, sorry, yeah. I've not yet. But I was hoping I could either use your or your sister's name. Oh.
Try mine.
Shay has a sister? Terrence wakes up.
Issa looks at Shay so that breastily, boobily woman at the banquet was your sister. That was your sister. Who? Could we get maybe some specifics here? Because we're just sending Dogma, who's literally never... She bites her tongue. Adventured. I was gonna say done anything in his life, but that was
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So we're sending someone who's never adventured before with people. I mean, I don't really know you that well. You got us out of the wild, so thank you so much. But what are they looking for? Because literally none of that had any information.
We're gonna go to where the druid camp was, or potentially that was in the wilds, says Yelena.
They will have information for you. And I do ask that you share it with me if you can.
Of course, Shay. I will say, I guess I'm a little flattered that no one thinks that I'm incapable. I don't think Dogma is as incapable as you all think. He is a very talented wizard.
She narrows her eyes.
I've only ever seen Dogma hide inside while we fought.
He's a very talented wizard, and it is reconnaissance. And we both have ways of using magic to our advantage to go unseen, and Hal is very talented at
many things.
Terrence wakes up again. Did you two fuck?
Yeah, we went on a recon mission once and half of us died. So just think about that, maybe. Yeah.
Well, I don't think we're going to be reckless.
Cool, so you guys can take over then.
Yeah, do you guys want to be the Fate of Fates?
Yelena is she did not say that to dig. She says that, and then when he goes bleh, she's no, we're not going in any intention of fighting anyone, so we are determined to stick to reconnaissance and stealth. We're not looking for a fight.
We weren't looking for... He's just thinking back to Merkside, we weren't looking for a fight either, and we had pretty good stealth skills, I'd say, too, and it still didn't work out for us.
I don't know what the animosity is about, but I am also full.
I think it might be because we just watched 11 people die, and then Connie died, and then we watched 11 people die, we watched Fiara die, I died, then Casimir and Helena and Darian fell off a ledge, so...
All right. Fiara walks in. Enough. You three, I don't know you very well. Please go talk to those two over there, and ushers them to Mod and Charm. Fated Fates, what do you need at this moment? Do you need rest? Do you want to talk to your families? Do you need to go to your families? I think it's not best to cause any more unnecessary energy at this point in time. And I'm saying this for your benefit, all of you. I just think we need to calm down. As best as we can. Because we're all holding on to shambles right now. Okay?
I'm gonna go have a drink, and he's going to scoop Terrence up by his shirt and drag him along.
Hey, Wash, before you get a drink, do you want to I'm holding Brisea by the collar. Do you want to What would you like to do with her?
Do we have like a
Dungeon.
a dungeon?
Where the forge is, it's the forge has like this type of like it's like where you can like lock your weapons in. So
Yeah, let's lock her up.
Okay.
She'll just walk over to her dad's and give them hugs and just be like, I gotta go. She's gonna like walk upstairs and go to her room. I go into my room, I go up out onto my balcony, and then I crawl up onto the roof, and I'm gonna sit on the roof, and I'm gonna have a bag of rocks, and I'm gonna start hurling rocks off the roof and into wherever is past our house.
as like a cat falls out of one. Fiora will probably follow you up and like sit down next to you. You all right?
Would you like to guess? Just hurls another rock.
I know the answers now. Just as I'm sure if I asked anybody, including myself, that question in the mirror, it would be the same. But this is me trying to check in.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be alright for a while.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask if you were alright, but you kinda already. Do you wanna throw a rock?
She kind of like... She smiles a little bit, very faintly, through like kind of like a saddened face. Grabs a rock and like is about to chuck it, and then drops her hand.
If you aim far enough out that way, you can hit the museum.
I know she was your friend.
She doesn't say anything, she just hurls a rock trying to hit the museum.
I don't need to know what happened. And I would not be a good friend if I said, what did you do with the diamond? I don't care. There's still 2 left, and that's all I need, but I'm sorry things went that way, and I'm sorry I couldn't have done more.
It's not your fault.
Well, it is, because I was supposed to be there to help you.
I think as we all know, things never really go according to plan.
Are you afraid of death?
She like stops, just kind of like looks over at Fiora finally, and it's just like...
She's tearing up.
Yeah, I think we all are.
Yeah. She's like, her hands are like clenching really tight.
Was it scary?
I don't know. Yeah. No. Kind of.
I mean, I guess for you guys, death was like a distant thing. I don't really know what entirely I am. I mean, even less now than previously, but a while ago, I kind of realized that my dads would probably outlive me, and that's kind of scary. I don't know. I think you just kind of gotta do what you can with the time you have. That's why it bothered me when...
What?
We don't have to talk about it. It's fine. Just throw the rock. And she like tries to give her a rock.
Just tell me.
Her ears kind of like flop down, and she looks a little like unsure, but she's like, I guess that's why it bothers me so much when I see everyone letting things keep them from being happy, because time is pretty short in the long run.
Was there a specific example?
Yeah, I mean, take Balthazar. Dude had 300 years to work through being angry and reconnect with his family, and it kind of ate him alive. And I'm not saying that it's easy to make a choice to just be happy or whatever, but I don't know. It's a hard choice to choose to be happy and make the best of what you got. And I guess since we started all of this stuff, I've just been trying to be the nudge that people need in that direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I need to go.
Like, right now? Or where?
I just feel like I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I mean, I do in one way. And in the other way, it feels like I haven't been focused. But also, maybe I haven't been focused because I was actually trying to enjoy my time being with people who could be friends, while also ignoring maybe the family that I've had this entire time. I don't mean Casimir, I don't mean Balthazar, I mean the martyrs.
I mean, if you'd ask me, I think you were probably too focused. And you lost sight of the things around you. A little bit. But now you're recognizing it. And, I mean, you have plenty of time to catch up.
I just want to cut whatever head off whatever dragon is behind everything. But also do it... I want to do it not out of malice, or not out of necessarily revenge, but maybe out of protection for those I care about. I didn't just lose whatever goal I was aiming for when I died. I think I realized I have things I need to hold on to more than just sadness. She wipes away a tear. And anger. Like people.
Yeah.
I want to be friends with you, Codex. I want to be I know we're friends, but more than just superficially. I'd like to be friends with the rest of the Fated Fates. I'd like to be friends with my brothers. I'd like to be friends with the martyrs. And I'd like to keep my friends safe. And I'd like to kill anyone who would try to stop that safety from being present.
She is just kind of staring off. It's just kind of processing everything that she just said. Just kind of gives a vague nod. She looks over at VR and she's like, I hope that when you go home and you find your family and everything, you also find whoever you want the new Fiara to be. Because I think there's a lot of you that you lost over time. And she kind of pokes Fiara in the chest. So, good luck. And she kind of holds out her hand for her to shake.
She opens up her palm and it has the rock in it. She kind of tosses it, not even looking. Like a cat pops up. Yeah. She'll meet your hand and shake it. You know where I am if you want to talk about dresses or girly things.
She kind of nods and she gives this little smile, even though she's still very sad. And she's just kind of I look forward to meeting you again whenever you come back.
And are you? I know it's kind of stupid and bullshit to put any parting words of wisdom in this weird friend parting, but
you're just going on vacation, Fiara.
I'm going on vacation. I'd like you to be kinder to yourself and think that you are as amazing as you are in all facets. You don't always have to be the person that gives everyone hope. I think you do it without having to be a smiling person all the time. I mean, for the God's sake, for some reason, my dim-witted brother thought you gave him hope, so believe in yourself more.
Yeah, I'll try.
It won't be long. I'm sure once the next diamond location pops up, I'm sure it'll be bright, fresh, and new.
Right. Yeah.
But she turns away. Then she touches her pockets and turns back to you. She's gonna put those tassel earrings that you had on. She's gonna put them in your hand. I'll come back for those when I have a full outfit for them. For you.
She pockets them and just kind of nods, and she's like, "Don't make it floor length because it's really hard to walk."
Oh well, I'm sure I'll make it something that you can kick button. So. Anyway, lots of things to do. And she kind of just does that thing where she walks away and kind of throws up her hand and
jumps off the roof.
Jumps off the roof and she lands on a stake and she's dead.
Again.
Issa's currently in her room rifling through drawers because she's she looked at herself in the mirror and is I can't go see a guy like this. And she's just rifling through her drawers to find a sweatshirt that covers her scars because she's been very beat up since she's last seen him. And she's I've been reckless and that's not good. And I don't know why he's alive and whatever. And she's just putting a hoodie on and has not healed herself as is the usual. And it's just
if you turn around at any moment during your mumbling about Guy, Casimir's in the door for him.
Jump scare.
Casimir, we've talked about this.
I'm leaving.
What? Why?
My sister is, and I want to be with her.
Okay, when are you coming back?
I don't know.
What?
I mean, I'm sure we will be in contact because of the diamonds and all, but she's shaken up, I think, in a weird way. I am shaken up. And sounds like Guy's back.
What does that have to do with you leaving? I don't... You just... He's just like holding in all her anger in her fists and she's not doing anything about it. It's like, I don't... Why do you have to leave? Why can't we be shaken up together? Why do you have to...
I don't know. I think I just have to do this for myself, maybe. And sometimes I feel like I get drowned out a little.
What?
I'm not sure. It's weird. Fates like to make decisions for people, and sometimes I feel like I get folded into that. Not trying to blame anybody for anything. I just think it'd be good for me to have some time with myself and my feelings and not interfere with something I know that's very important to you.
What?
Guy.
Yes. Listen, I don't know why he's alive.
I'm assuming the wish was made from whoever took it from Shay, is my theory.
Dark Fury, for some reason, wished all of our friends, your sister, and me, and then my fiance
I didn't know you
back. Did. What? Yeah, I died. Okay, the four of you, you wanted to protect us, and I thought you died. And that was very hard. She just hugs him. She doesn't know what to say. She just...
He stiffs up.
I thought I'm the reckless one. You can't be the reckless one too. We can't all be reckless.
I don't know what to say. And he probably's not hugging you back. It's kind of like that.
I don't want to lose you. And I thought I did, and then I didn't. And now you're here, but you want to leave again.
I don't think it's a forever leave. I just want to go and collect my thoughts and also not interfere with you and the return of Guy, as well as be there for my sister and maybe talk to her about releasing Balthazar. So it's a lot to handle.
I don't want to lose you again. And you left for 6 months and you didn't...
I thought the whole fugitive business.
I just want you to be safe. And I want you to... I want you to make your own decisions and go to the wilds, and I want you to be with your sister and, just think on it. Like you said, I would really love if you could, stay in contact this time.
If I don't, can I at least have some time to myself where I don't speak to you?
What? Yes. Yes, I will. I will not reach out to you. Just when you're ready to talk to your friend again, just call,
So friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Why?
Because he's supposed to be dead and he's not dead.
You have no reason to apologize. I just wanted to know the clarification. And I assumed that, which is why I thought it might be best to distance myself so that I don't develop past friendship feelings anymore.
Sorry.
Don't be. The love of your life is back. You should be happy. I'm happy for you.
You know this isn't what I wanted.
What? Sorry.
We talked about this. I'll never wish him back.
But you didn't.
Yeah, Dark Fury wish him back.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be ramifications with that, but I haven't fully developed a theory yet.
Okay, when you develop a theory, call me.
My theory is that I at least know the people that were inside Serafima's castle are most likely safe, considering there's no record of them dying. But
what does record have to do with it? He wished me alive with a chaos diamond. Aren't there your main theory this whole time? She's not being like, she's not trying to be mean or anything. She's like, your main theory this whole time was that the wishes wished with the type of god. That type of god goes into the wish. So being wished back with a chaos diamond doesn't make me feel great, but also it really doesn't make me feel great when my fiance is wished back with a chaos diamond by Dark Fury, and then, as you know,
he's like looking around.
Why are you looking around the room?
I think this would be the perfect wish for a chaos diamond. What's more chaotic than all the people coming back from at least when Guy died? I don't think there are any extra ramifications from the wish. If my theory, I don't think there's any extra ramifications because this wish in itself is chaotic. Anyway,
my point is that he's supposed to be in a good place, in a safe place. Dad was safe.
Can't he be in a good place with you, Lisa? He's the love of your life. He's back to life, and try to maybe enjoy those moments as much as you can. And I'll tell you if I have any updates or new news to my theories. While also trying not to impede on any guy time.
Just, okay, thanks.
Do you think Darian would make a good head for the Naramont Society?
I was more thinking Maud, actually.
Okay, we're gonna go with Darian. And then he's going to like, just like kind of slowly come up to you, open his arms to hug, and he will hug you back. And then, or he will hug you, he'll actually hug you. And then he will let go. He'll be the first one to let go. You have my sending stone. So, alright, I'm gonna go make sure all of the martyrs who might have died within the last year are safe, as well as the people in the wilds. I assume Carpet is full of chaos. And he kind of like winks, and then it's really weird. And then he just like walks away. Yeah. Yeah, is there anything else anybody wants to do right now?
Wash is continuously drinking and talking at Terrence. Eventually crying, getting angry, then throwing glasses, and then calming down, continuing to drink and repeat.
So Wash is having a tantrum and like screaming all of the emotions he's ever had at the lifeless body of
Yes.
Okay.
The perfect audience.
I do have something I would like Terrence to do once he wakes up, and depending on if you take him to his room or just leave him there in the bar, I guess.
Well, all Finley was going to do is if he sees Fiara leaving, he's just going to like grab her, not like abrasively, but just like he just watched her die. So he would just pick her up and say something along the lines of like, I'm so glad you're safe. I don't know what I would do if I lost you as well. And then kind of like brush her off and then turn around and do the same thing to Sham and then look at Maud, hold his arms out and then squint and then turn around and like just walk away. And mid-walk, he's just going to like face plant onto the concrete.
Is he alright?
He's going to just hold his thumb up like this off the ground, just...
Maud's like, okay. So how many of you need a quick safe guide way back? How many of you need safe guidance back to your homes? Talking to like all the people.
I'm not staying the night.
And Codex, are you joining your brother and dad's to go home?
After everything the dogma said and the way she was like, I can't do that at all. After sitting on the roof for that long and just kind of like being like, Jesus, she thinks about going home and is then like, I don't want to be like, they won't understand what the fuck is going on. And I think it's like hours until she comes back down. And I mean, she probably goes to drink. If Wash is still there, she might just sit at the bar next to him and like brushes the glass off the stool, does not comment on anything, and just sits down, looks at Terrence, and then just kind of like leans to the side and like rests her head on his shoulder, on Wash's shoulder, and just dead silent.
Oh my god. Okay, this is gonna make when Terrence wakes up all the more devastating, just so you know. I want you to know that.
I'm so sorry.
Alright, well then, Issa, you're leaving?
Yeah, Maud and I are gonna leave.
Alright, it is a tough night for the remaining 5 of you at the Pale White Castle Keep. I mean, just in general, like, vibes is tough.
Yeah,
like,
vibes rancid.
Finley, I don't know where you fell asleep, but if you fell asleep in the courtyard, Jalessa is gonna, like, nudge you with her foot, like, the next morning.
If anyone were to, like, look outside, like, if Jalessa looks outside to try to find face down Finley, he is redrawing the circle that he drew for Connie over and over again. Because he's like, I fucked up. I messed it up. She's good. She's fine, but I didn't do it right.
What's going on? And I'm going to have to clean that up. What's going on?
What?
What's going on? Why do you keep drawing with chalk on the ground? Also, where's Cornelia? I can make her bed.
Sure. I think she would like that.
Okay, that's crazy because she's dead and you should tell...
You should have told me.
I'll go make her bed then. As the rest of you seem very defeated and sad, and I'm assuming something happened that you're not telling me.
He's just like, he goes to shake his head no, and it quickly turns into like an oval of just, yeah. You could say that a lot. It's just been a hard day. As he's just like, you can see tears.
Oh, yeah. She probably also just wells up a little bit, and she's like, glad I asked her to fix my glasses a couple weeks ago. So, I'll make the bed. Am I clearing the room?
No.
Okay. And she kind of like musters her strength and leaves. It's the next morning, by the way. You hear birds are chirping.
Yeah. He's still like, he's pacing at this point. He's no longer like doing circles, but now he's just like pacing. And at one point he just stops. And he's exhausted. So it's just like, what he sees is like a carousel of just like, the world is spinning, and then he just reaches into his pocket and pulls the diamond out.
You gonna make a wish, or?
Oh, he kind of like turns to see who said that.
You just see this like small little image of this like bright, silvery white being that has like almost like the very not comic, like it looks more real, but like kind of like a little tuft of hair. Looks like a cherub almost, that has like the floating fabrics around him. Those fabrics are red, very similar to how I've described all of the Trespasser gods thus far. And he has kind of just like these bright, ever-changing color eyes. Like they go basically across the rainbow. Yeah, he just is kind of like floating there in the sky in this image popping out of the diamond. He's just crossing his arms, kind of like, you gonna make a wish, or I'd like to get out.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is my first time doing this.
You look confused. Oh, me? I'm a greater god. I was on the bad side. My mistake.
We all make choices. It's fine.
I mean, what can you do? I'm the god of new beginnings and rebirth, and he had a plan that was to make everything new and change, so, I mean, yeah, I was susceptible, and also, I don't look like a newborn babe for nothing. I'm easy to sway, especially maybe with, like, a rattle of ideas. Not an actual rattle, by the way. I'm called the whelp just because I look like a babe, or...
Well...
I'm Leek. I'm the whelp. You are Finley de Galilei. Can you please make a wish? So I can...
Go on to a new beginning?
Yes. I've been stuck like this for a very long time. And I don't like being stuck around all this sad. It's not a fun new beginning.
So, I just do it. Do I say it? Do I think it?
Just wish it. I don't know.
Alright. Oh, I don't know if he has a middle name or not.
Oh my god!
Do I have... Ezra. Ezra Rousseau?
What about Ezra Rousseau?
Gosh, I want to wish for him to come back.
Okay. Is that what you want?
Sure. Do I put my hands in a certain way, or do I just...
Please just say I wish for Ezra Rousseau to come back.
I wish for Ezra Rousseau to come back.
Okay, great. Thank you. And you just watch as the red cloth wraps around him and then just like disappears.
I thought that guy was going to be nicer, to be honest.
No, he's going to be like...
No, I kind of love that he's just
a baby.
over
He's
it
a brat.
all the time.
He disappears. You watch as just kind of like this light shines in the middle of the courtyard as a body begins to like form under the light, and you see the figure of a young man who has red hair that kind of fades into a blonde at the bun, a little bit of like scruff, like probably like this pencil-y mustache scruff, not like a pencil mustache, but like scruff kind of around, kind of similar to my scruff, maybe a bit more, and kind of like not acolyte, like noblesse clothes. He's wearing a button down, and like he has like this scarf around him, and like a vest on, and slacks and nice shoes and glasses on, as well as or like kind of like half cut glasses, and he has deep red or brown eyes. From everything you know that he was supposed to be 16. He looks like he's about 21. Like he's over 20. But he kind of like and collapses onto the floor.
Just gonna like rush over, like knee slide, just kind of like support, like arms out.
Where the hell am I? Who are you? I don't want to deal with another one of her people. Please.
Whose people? What are you talking about? Are you Ezra?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Finley de Galilee.
Shouldn't you know that?
Well, I've never seen you before. Well, I don't know. You fell over, and I thought I would try to help you.
You watch as he starts to form this mallet in his hand. It looks like almost like hot lava that grows. It's almost like a hammer, like to an anvil. As he pushes you back and holds it up like he's afraid of you.
Oh no! I'm just big. I was born to be this big.
Any more for her or the rest of the Onyx Obscurity. I'm done. I am done.
He's just kind of like, I just did what Cornelia asked me to do. I'm not trying to force you to do nothing. I mean, I guess I did bring you back like she wanted.
What? Connie? What?
Right.
Where's my sister? We're going to skip over to Terrence waking up.
Just know that I've prepared, in the meantime, something very sad. So I'm going to be kind of sad.
Oh, Jesus. Let's fucking go.
Terrence wakes up. And he looks around, like, I don't think he makes any sudden movements. So if you are still sitting at the, still sitting at the bar, you might not notice that he has woken up. But he, like,
she's
looks,
like half asleep.
Yeah.
Wash is still drinking, not paying attention to anything.
He, like, looks around the room. He sees smashed glass, a bunch of empty beer, like, liquor bottles, and breathes out really heavy. And he smiles, but there are tears in his eyes, and he, like, starts to laugh. And he's like, and you probably obviously hear him at this point, he goes, so we just got drunk, right? We got drunk, and that was a really crazy dream, and it was because we got really drunk here, and that was just a dream, right? Right?
No. But I'm working on the drunk part.
No, because I don't remember a lot, and what I do remember is too crazy to have happened. So we got drunk, and I passed out in this chair, and that's what happened last night, right?
Terrence, she's gone.
He stands up, and, like, picks up, like, a big chunk of glass and walks out of the room. And he is going to go into the, like, bathroom down the hall, and he is going to look at himself in the mirror and start cutting off all of his hair. He is just going to saw it off at the roots where his hair has grown out, and he is going to just be crying and cutting off his hair. I don't know why he's doing this, but that is what he's doing, and When he's done, it looks ridiculous. And it's really jagged. And he throws the glass into the sink and he sits there. And he cries. Because... yeah. And I don't know if anyone comes to him, but he is... yeah.
Oh, you know Shay's coming in. Are you kidding me? She's gonna come support Terrence.
Finley would be there, but he's being threatened by a lava hammer.
So you see a very, like, it's like a pale, like, sandy blonde color. That's the color all over his head. And it is probably about an inch long.
As he's just sitting there crying, she's gonna come in and just, like, sit on the ground next to him and just, like, just hold him.
What about the science team? What are we gonna do? V2 got broken and I don't know how to fix him and I'm supposed to take over this thing and I don't know how to do that. She was supposed to help me. We're gonna do it together. I don't know what to do.
Do you remember what she said?
I don't know.
Terrence, you're the smartest person any of us know.
And then why do I feel so stupid?
I think we all do sometimes.
I just... asked... I know it's what she wanted, but... I don't know why she wanted it. And I wish that she didn't.
Me too. I'm glad at the end that she finally got what she actually wanted. Because I think a lot of her life she didn't really get to do that.
Will you work with me on this?
Of course.
I want to do what she was trying to do, and I want to bring as much of her into it as I can.
I'll help you in every way I can.
He probably just, like, curls up on your lap, almost. Like, he looks so... like, you're so much older than... you're, like, much older than him. He looks so small and so young just now. Like, he just, like, curls up in your lap and, like, continues to cry. But, like, in a... I don't know, he trusts you so much. He's like, okay.
Yeah. Oh, she's holding down. Don't worry.
Okay.
Hey,
So-
Vic. Fuck you.
That was so good. It was so good.
Sorry, as soon as Wash said he started
Fuck
throwing
you.
stuff, I was like, perfect.
Perfect.
You.
There's probably a moment eventually that you guys will hear Ezra screaming at, well, not screaming, but like screaming, like, "Where is my sister?" to Finley, and like, "Where's my family?" Where blah blah blah. And that's probably when the rest of you that are in the keep will come to see Ezra, and I'm sure you will all tell him. He has very conflicted feelings. He's going to cry, and he's going to be like, "I want to see my family," but most likely you're going to be like, "You shouldn't." If Finley tells you that he was doing things for Arathia, it's not safe. And Connie did ask, keep him safe and keep her family safe. So, but 2 months pass. By this point, Ezra is probably staying in Connie's room if you let him. Otherwise, he'll stay in a spare room. But if you let him, he'll stay in Connie's room. Probably at a point, like, Ezra will be the one who's like, "I know how to fix V2." He will be your let's go back to the keep. If V2 get broke, he will fix.
Perfect.
Through the 2 months, Fiara and Casimir do not return. They will talk to you. Like, there'll be moments like Kaz will like come up on the Sending Stone or whatever if you guys are all together, or Fiara will do that, or through Maud and Sean. Like, it's not like she's like, "Bye, ghosting." She's just like, "We're dealing with stuff going on here." The main MO of Fiara and Casimir and the martyrs that are in the wilds are like, we're looking after everybody who came back from the wilds, because oh no, if they were nummy snacks for the beast before, are they going to be nummy snacks for the beast again?
And that's what they say on the set. That's what Casimir
that's
says.
exactly
on
what
the
they
set.
say. Dogma, after the 2 weeks, will be like, "I am here." Like, I am a proud adventurer. But Dogma will probably recap everything in a better, more coherent way, which is basically, from all the things they read, they somehow connected that there was this druid camp that apparently was friends with the last seen Hexaleap. And they also had a stone fruit, which is what Hal was like, I think the stone fruit are the diamonds. It's just weird translation of history from the books, the different books and songs and all these other things that me, Yelena, and Dogma were looking through. This Druid Grove, there's a portion of some book somewhere that says like these bad things during the Cosmic Divide were hunting down the stone fruit, and also Yophetians, like other Yophetian, whatever you want to call it, creatures.
I like Yophetian.
Those group of druids. No record since that. So the theory is, if you guys tell him about Dark Fury and all that stuff, and blah, 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 and the Blood Hands and all that shit, because there's like a psalm that says something about Blood Hands reaching out and trying to destroy and whatever. He's going to be, it sounds like Dark Fury maybe got a diamond from these druids and tried to kill us. And maybe that's why we are this way now if we were one hex leap before. Maybe we were that hex leap. Dogma will also bring together the two coins because he learns that there's magical properties to the coin. When the two coins connect and Dogma casts basically identify or detect magic, one of the two, it shows the symbol on the coin is the same symbol of the Druid Grove. That's the theory. The theory is Dark Fury and whatever else is accompanied by the people with blood hands trying to destroy the Dawnwood or whatever, went after the druids to get the diamond and the hexaleap, because it's another Yophet creature. His theory is the diamond was used to make the one hexaleap into Codex and Dogma. And then if anybody's like, well, what about a god? He'd be like Yelena will be like, the stone fruit, I don't know anything about stone fruits connected with gods, but there used to be like a billion stone fruits, as you will know, because Fiara told you, like, there are diamonds that weren't always connected to gods, but the ones that are remaining seem to be the ones that have the gods tied around them. But there were apparently Dawnwood diamonds before that. But yeah, so that's the Dogma, Yelena, Hal situation going on. Letting Fiara know that and all that stuff. Fiara and Casimir, Maud and Sham, because the Red Raven Adventure Guild is your closest connection in the Burg to the martyrs, which at this point Maud's going to be like, I'm officially a martyr. They are going to be like, okay, we need to find out where else they might have been hunting for diamonds outside. What clues can we find that deal with whatever these blood hands are? Is it just Dark Fury? What are those three other figures that Shay saw? We need to figure out who these three other figures are. If Dark Fury is definitely that thing, because you're all assuming, but to be like for definite, we need to know, and why they're going after these diamonds. What this tree that was before from the vision you guys saw, if you tell them, like, that was attacking the Dawnwood. What is going on? So it's a lot of like, that's what everyone's MO, as well as these people who were brought back. Do you find out that all the people that are brought back, it's everyone who died a year before the date of the wish. Everybody who died a year before the date of the wish was brought back to life. During this time too, the story comes out as there was just an earthquake and the polished wall fell. It's kind of like written in this way that the fated fates try to help as many people as they can. There was a dinner that the patron was like hosting, blah, 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 blah. So Serafima is seen as like an innocent death. Like an innocent person in death. Fiara and Casimir probably are like, we don't know where Dark Fury is, and we don't know if that could make us an enemy if we're like, we killed her and she was evil. Because then people could be like, I don't think she was. I think you guys are evil. The thing you definitely know too is that there's a lockdown on the Burg. It's like all the people who've died cannot leave. Because there's wizards and clerics and other things that come in to like, let me check on you. Why did this happen? Because they don't know why these people came back. There's a bunch of people from the Tidethorns and a bunch of people from probably actually just honestly the Tidethorns. The Tidethorns go across Zebraria, but mostly the Burg, to check on these people who were brought back, just to be like, what happened? Blah, blah, blah. And Nestria, the Pontiff, she probably issues this statement saying like, this seems like a blessing, but we're going to make sure everyone's okay. Like, because we aren't sure, because some crazy things have happened. There was a weird earthquake that killed that killed Lady Serafima, and the polished wall all fell. And also, a couple months before that, there was a weird blood thing that happened. So, who the fuck knows if this is good or bad? I mean, she doesn't say fuck because she's the pontiff. But she's trying to be like, yeah, maybe this is a good thing. But, like, it's not like she's like, this was a blessing. Like, she's just like, this could be a blessing, so let's keep on that. We're still going to check on you all for this amount of time. But yeah, so that's kind of on that front. So it's going to be like security's locked down because Zebraria is like, a lot of shit's going on and we need to make sure what the fuck we know what's going on. But on the end of the Tidethorns are going around. The Vol Multitude kind of grows and gets a bit more strict about Burg to the Wilds, and the Wilds to the Burg, and the Burg to the Grove. Like, no. So anybody going anywhere is going to have to sneak out and other shit. During this time as well, this is when Darian would probably be the first to be like, so if they're cracking down, it's going to be really bad for Merc side. So this is probably when Casimir and Maud and Sean were like, we're actually thinking about making you the new bull of the Naramon Society. They're like, what? Basically, what Fiara's like, I have connections. If we go to this person, they owe me one. they will write as if you've always been part of this, and if we say you help the Fated Fates help people get out of it, they'll be like, So Darian, under the guise of Scarlet, the similar image of one, will be the new bull of the Naramont Society within these 2 months as well. Her full name is Scarlet Cornetta, and she is Lady Cornetta, and she is the new bull of the Naramont Society. But with that power, Darian is like, I can patron you. So, hey, it's me again patroning you, but now I have this big government job, and also I'm really just doing this so I can protect the people in the Merc side, because I don't want anyone going down there. But if I'm the bull of the Naramont side, I'll be like, oh yeah, whatever, it's fine. The other 2 big things that happen these 2 months, the Diamond Trail will go cold. Cinnamon cannot detect them. Fiara and Casimir have one theory and one theory only, that something that can block divinity, just like Russian Willow could, is blocking the sense of the diamonds. Their theories of where the last 2 diamonds could be, the Onyx Obscurity and the Russet Waste in the Wilds, which she'll just basically explain. Fiora will be like, in the Russet Waste, that's where the Illclaws are from. They know how to block divinity, whatever, something about the War of the Gods, they were a big help, but they're really scary and powerful, and they can block divinity, which is why nobody's ever allowed in unless you're from the Russet Waste. Unless you're from there. And if you ever leave, you can't come back. So, like, Russian Willow were kids when their parents took them out. And so if they ever went back to be like, can we come back in? They'd be like, no, you left, remember? And they'd be like, no, we were 3. They'd be like, too bad. But they can't teach people how to block divinity, but that's the theory. The theory is there's one at the Russet Waste, and there's one, and probably Arathia has the other one, because the Onyx Obscurity also has scary blocking powers. That is everyone's assumption. You also have Ezra. Ezra will confirm it. Ezra has seen the diamond. But when Fiara learns about there being a diamond in there, that is when there's a big reveal that Fiara will be trying to grab people who know about the Onyx Obscurity to try to get more information on Arathia so you guys can infiltrate. But if you find out Arathia is gone, she has gone on bull sabbatical. Nobody in the Burg knows that, but anybody that you guys try to interrogate, she's gone. So that trail also goes cold. So Fiara probably will leave you guys all with the idea of just like, take this time to rest. We're going to figure out what we can. That's all we can really do. We need those last 2 diamonds. I need 1 diamond to wish Zaharis to replace the other one. So we need those 2. Otherwise we can't really go forward. Because obviously I can't have the last diamond and wish Zaharis to be around that diamond, because that would then use the diamond. So I need 2. The last one, by that point, if everything goes to plan and we figure out everything with the whole, not to get into my whole big goal thing, but, and she's probably saying this over like a sending stone, like, image. She's not physically there. I don't really care too much about the last one, if anybody wants to make a wish, but I need 2 of them by the end so I can wish Zaharis to be replaced with whoever was on the last one. And then once we cut Zaharis out after figuring out everything, and hopefully everything goes according to plan, that wish is whatever, I don't really care. But in the meantime, I guess follow the leads that we know. I don't know where Dark Fury is. I don't know how to find out more. Who are those 3 people? And are those 3 people and all related to the beasts? My theory is yes. If you need me, I'll still be in Panworks, but I'm sorry, I don't have much else to give you at this point. Just be on the lookout, I guess. Alright, well, good luck again if you need me. And it was back into the setting stone that Mon's holding. Sorry, one other thing. In the 2 months, the Falso Ivories have also completely disappeared.
Of course they fucking would.
Verano? You know he's back. Celia, Cranar, Bryson? No idea. Oh, there is something else I forgot. Fiara and Casimir released Balthazar. After the instructions from Fiara, the Fated Fates did as she said and even found time for themselves. For about a year and some time would pass after both the Dawnwood Diamond Trail and word about Arathia ran cold. Finley decided to leave the Fated Fates for a time, but before he left, Codex had informed Finley that with the wish from the Immolator's diamond, she attempted to bring back his family, but it didn't work. However, there was a feeling she received from that wish that there might be a way for him to bring them back. So, on his journey, he first returned to the now cleared out and cleaned up crater at Doshin Moor. He attempted to commence a revival ritual by reversing the order he had done for Connie's send-off. It did not work as intended and left the bottom of his hair singed and red from the magic. This left Finley broken, to say the least. He returned to the Burg in search for another pain point of his to remedy, his ex-partner whom he'd left without a word 7 years prior, Pascal. Pascal was also a martyr of Ponte, stationed in the 12th Precinct and owner of a tavern there. Being a human, he had visibly aged since the two had last seen one another, partly the reason Finley left in the first place. Finley spoke of his regrets he had for leaving Pascal, and just his fear of aging in general, since he knew he would outlive most of the people in his life. life. Pascal mentioned how Finley was off to run away from his issues and asked if that was what Finley was doing now with the Fated Fates. Finley said not entirely. More than anything, he just wanted to figure out who he was away from the Fates, the Martyrs, everybody, really. Pascal chuckled and gave Finley a suggestion. Firstly, stay at his tavern for a while, meet his new partner, relax, have a drink, and enjoy the friendship they still had. And afterwards to bear it all alone, literally, in the wilderness for a few days and think on nothing and do nothing other than live off the land for a bit. Finley did just those things, but what he didn't expect was, when bathing under a waterfall in the wilds, an unexpected encounter with a familiar face, Balthazar de Marda. The two spent a few days together before parting as Finley decided to wander the wilds for the rest of the year. Terrence, too, took a break from the Fated Fates. He returned to the small apartment in the second precinct that his old patron Verano had bought for him. He wasn't totally alone, though, for he was joined by not only V2, but also Ezra Rousseau, who the Fated Fates agreed should still be in hiding lest any of Arathia's spies discover him. The two became quite close, making a strong friendship regarding not only V2, but the new science team involving the two of them, Shay, and even Hellowana. At a point during the year, Ezra had found his ex-boyfriend Harrison, whom Shay had told him missed him dearly. Terrence went with Ezra to this meeting, and when Ezra came out of it, Terrence was there to check on him. Ezra explained that despite him being back, he and Harrison decided to just be friends, as Ezra had a lot still to process and know. For he not only died, but then after being restored, lived almost 2 years as a puppet of Arathia Burks. This prompted Terrence to bring up the subject of Connie and talked with Ezra about it. Terrence explained all of his time with Connie up to her last moments with the Fated Fates. Ezra's feelings were complicated, for he was of course saddened for her death, but also felt unresolved for him and his family since they would never have the chance to now confront Connie for all of the damaging choices she made that hurt the Rousseaus and ultimately killed him. Terrence understood and agreed that that was unfair for Ezra, his family, and even unfair for the Fated Fates. Neither wanted to speak ill of the dead, but both understood that Connie was a complicated person, and for as much sadness as she left, there was a lot of hurt that she left as well. The two felt lighter being able to air their grievances to one another, for both were aware of the mixed emotions that the subject of Connie elicited, but both were on their paths toward healing. Issa returned to college, wishing to truly finish a degree instead of banking on the lies she had spun before. During this time, she spent every day with Guy, reigniting their relationship. She too tried to have Casimir in her life as much as possible, and the two would talk on Sending Stone at least once a week when she was not with Guy. But during all of this, she had a sinking feeling that Guy being brought back from the chaotic wish of the Four Variants Diamond by Dark Fury would have grave consequences for Guy yet again. On a day she wandered the marketplace alone, she happened upon a green tent where she met a man named Malachite. Unbeknownst to her, but the same person Connie met prior, who had the ability of precognition. She asked him what he thought of her worries with Guy's return. Malachite said for a price he could show her possible futures if Guy were to stay in Zabraria much longer, all of which resulted in either his or both of their deaths. A storm for those wished back by the diamond was imminent, and unlike those who died and were returned in Serafima's castle, Issa assumed Guy and most others in the burg had their deaths recorded and could be obtained on a list, if this doom was being calculated by Dark Fury and the Three Beasts, that is. Seeing the only futures where Guy and she both lived, Malachite informed her that they were only if Guy was to leave Zabraria forever, so Issa had to make a very tough choice, but she did what she believed was right. She told Guy of the futures she saw and wished for Guy to convince her that there was another way. But after hearing what she said, Guy wanted her safe as much as she wanted him safe. The two knew the hardest choice was the right one. Salvador and Elena, Issa's parents, agreed to help sneak Guy and his moms out of Zabraria and to the northern kingdom of Valis Khan. On their last night together, Guy and Issa focused on only each other and made every moment count. Before Guy left, he took both of their engagement rings and tied it to the tree outside of his mom's house, telling Issa that at least there, they can be together. After he had left, Issa finally let herself grieve for Guy, as she had yet to do even after his death before. Wash and Codex remained at the Pale White Castle Keep for the year off. Eventually, Codex picked up a few shifts as a mail runner again for the Arl Envoy, and Wash participated in many bar fight clubs for gold. Codex eventually sat down with Wash after thinking about Connie's choice to die and not return, and asked him to tell her if he had died again, would he want to be wished back or not? He said he would as long as she would want to, which she nodded with and agreed with. The two expressed how much they loved one another and could not bear the thought of losing each other. Wash would also go to the Red Raving Adventuring Guild, where Maud and Sham obliged to keep Lady Ailuine Brisea as a prisoner, to not only find out information about either the blood magic Serafima knew, but also on where Miss Alona, a double agent for Arathia, was. When they weren't interrogating her, Wash was, or really torturing her to get any details out of her about the Falso Ivories and his parents. After weeks of torture and mutilation to her body on the agreeance that he would put her out of her misery if she complied, she told Wash that Rickard, the leader of the Falso Ivories, had killed his parents. She also revealed that Dark Fury apparently directly helped Rickard hunt for his parents when they were taken from Wash all those years ago. Brisea pleaded for Wash brainwashed to kill her, but he left her in the cell. He asked Issa at a point if she believed Codex would hate him for torturing Brycea. Issa did not have an answer. And lastly, Shay had taken some time to wander the burg, before eventually meeting up with Finley in the wilds, where she suggested the two could go to the Grove and visit her sister Ishnalia in the demiplane for Shadow Elves known as Skumatesh. In there, time would pass much slower being a demiplane of the Shadowfell, but Shay introduced Finley to not only her sister Ish, but Ish's husband Air, and her niece and nephew Esta and Palar. They spent a long time with her family before Shay approached Ish for the reason she went to Skumatesh, which was to find out as much as she could about her father Umel and her half-sister's mother Ishalia, and their relationship. Ish, being almost a century older than Shay, could recall a good amount in the short time Umel was present in their lives. She explained, as Shay knew, he was a revenant lost with only half his soul and unable to seek vengeance for the eldritch terror that killed him. This left bottled rage and violence in him that sometimes would go out of check. It came to a point where, from what Ish knew, their mother and Umel decided ending his undead life would protect those he loved and himself from the ever-consuming darkness. Shay sat with the more refined details Ish gave her and asked if there was anything of their mother and her father she could have, which led Ish to bring her to an unopened chest. Inside were twin blades that their mother and Umel had consecrated with their shadow and infernal bloodlines, signifying their bond. Shay took time with this gift and sat by Umel and Ishalia's graves before returning to her sister and Finley, saying they were ready to leave the demiplane. She and Finley agreed that they were going to try and find Dogma, Yelena, and Hal to see what success they had on their research during the year that passed. And I think with that, that's where we're going to end today's session.